Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show.
You're big sexy, my friend. All right, let's get to these secrets, because obviously a couple things that happened in the news, as it were. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, we're here.
Marty broke the internet.
Loud and clear. Perfect.
First things
first.
first.
Oh, no, that's another stereo car.
Yeah, I was going to say. Dude, that was so bad.
No, that was
that was good. That was good. Norway! Tommy who? So, we got some news this morning. Let me just go right to it. For those of you guys that are in industry, Knowledge Fest, we've been trying to have fun with this for I don't know how long, but the last one, which is going to be Dallas, has been postponed till December 4th through the 6th. Yeah. Because I'm sure everyone in the Northeast wants to stop putting in remote starts and travel to Dallas on a plane for fun to learn. Now, they have said that it's going to be more online classes and stuff like that as far as that goes. Yep. So, who knows? Who knows? They got to the end of the year to make it happen, I guess, and we're just going to see what goes on.
What's up, Bryce? How you doing, buddy?
Secret time. All right, secret time as it was. So, late last week, I should say, we got a picture, and I wanted to share it on here because I knew you guys would like it. It's a product you guys always talk about, or you're talking about. It's coming, right at the start of the flu season, exactly. So, for those of you, Knowledge Fest, 4th through the 6th. We'll just see what happens. We'll call it an audible when we get to it, and if it happens, you guys will get some neat video content. If it doesn't happen, then
you still get a video content.
You still got we got other stuff that's way more interesting coming. So let's just call it like that. But. A picture surfaced in my text email box of something that someone sent to me, and it's something you guys have really been talking about, and I'm just going to show it to you because it's pretty cool. Here we go, and I'm going to zoom in. This is the Kenwood floating 10.1-inch screen in an F-150, okay? So this is the factory F-150 dash bezel. This is a doubled-in radio mounted behind it. And this is it floating in the car, showing, I guess, what looks like maybe some iData tire pressure going on there.
Definitely.
I
believe the bottom one, that will be your AC.
There's your AC. But anyways, this is in an F-150, and it's the 10-inch screen. That someone actually has one of these.
What?
I know, and they're flaunting it in our faces and going, oh, well, you look at that. I mean, so for those of you that are interested in the 10-inch screen, I have gotten word that it's August now, end of September? End of September is, I think, what we're going to be looking at for this guy. But there's one in the wild. And that's what it looks like. It's got that big knob right there in the center. That thing right there, that is a knob. That is an actual volume knob. It has 4 buttons. 4 hard buttons. And I like how it goes. Like if you look at the screen, like obviously it's like this is a Bigfoot. Like you couldn't take a better picture. I mean, come on. But if you look at the screen, how it goes edge to edge, obviously there's like that 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch black area there, but it looks really clean. And I like the little silver stripe there above the buttons. Now don't get me wrong, you guys know how I kind of like, hey, it's a big floating thing, but so there you go. All I see is knobs.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it looks like, well, there's 5. It looks like a 5.1 surround. Hey, pretty cool. Now, unrelated to that picture, a second picture focused in my photo drop thingy, and well, okay, so this one needs a little bit of background. This one is definitely from iData. One of the things that plagues everyone is things like ANC, automatic noise canceling, and this new one, which is becoming the bane of my existence, just stop start. Will you stop starting? It's really kind of one of those things that just, either love it or you hate it. I don't know who loves it. I'm guessing the same guy that clips coupons. But this picture here, we'll come down here. We see stop start memory on off.
What does that mean?
What could that possibly mean? If I'm to guess right, because this isn't the same Kenwood picture, the new RR2 will have the ability, or in the software, I think the RR1 might also. Don't quote me on that, because there again, this is all like secretive, hush hush, not available stuff yet. But you'll be able to turn off your stop start with your RR. Or, yeah. So that'll be a built-in feature in the menu for you to go into. Now there again, it's like the memory minder, so if you want it on, you turn it on. If you want it off, you turn it off. It automatically just tells the car to turn off the stop start. Yep. This is something that's going to be built into it, built into the kit, built into the brain, so that's going to be
in the brain,
pretty freaking cool. But yeah, we have stop start bypass built into the RR now.
That's pretty cool.
Not yet. It's not available yet. So everyone just take a breather. It's not available yet. Test. But this is coming. This is the future. You're seeing the future today. And speaking of future, let's just keep going before we get to the questions, so we can just get this right off the bat.
All right.
This is the new iData, which it may or may not work. Which I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, because it's, oh, you know what, it's not going to work.
Because it's connected, yeah.
No, because, okay, this is a bit awkward. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work.
Well,
because,
no. Why?
I don't know. Hold on, let me check something. You talk for a minute.
All right, hang on. Is there a TL accurate to your left? Yes, it is. We put in a Kicker 1005 Q class. What happened?
This is dead too. I think the reason why it's not working is because it needs to see a unit to pair to. It doesn't have a demo mode, which I totally didn't test. So that's my bad. That's on me.
I can see that.
Yeah.
What's up from Chicago,
let me just give this one extra. Oh, wait a minute. Start demo. Oh.
There you go.
Got it. All right. So this is the Maestro demo. Now, for some backstory here, what does that mean? All right. So if we go to the laptop, we'll go to picture-to-picture. The RR2 is the latest, greatest Maestro interface that is out and rocking the internet world. And the reason why it's really nice is, one, it had the ability to do wireless programming as well as 4 EXT outputs, or they have another name for them. We'll just call them EXTs for now. And how you would set it up is with this software here. So you'd plug it into your laptop, and it would go through, and you'd select your year, and you get the idea. You would walk through this whole process. It's a downloadable software. But we were always promised the ability to not have to go through this, and that takes us to this amp. This takes us to this. So we can pick our R2, flash by vehicle. It's got these cool little music notes that pop up. We can scroll across the top here, pick a year. And it's going to come up with the make. Oh, let's go to us, because that's just kind of boring. What do we want? Let's say Dodge, because Dodge is fun.
Okay.
It does. I like Fernando digs the little heartbeat. We have a Challenger with amplifier, without amplifier, without amplifier. Let's say without amplifier.
What's up, Bobby? What's up, Danny?
And then, of course, they give you the picture of the steering wheel controls. You say yes. You just click on the screen. Just clicking. You guys can see I'm just tapping the screen. Now you're going to pick a radio. And we'll pick a Kenwood. And I have no idea what the model number for that is. So let's just pick the 7706, because that's a pretty cool radio, right?
Yeah.
It'll tell you the software. You'll pick that. Now keep in mind, I'm plugged into this, but normally I'd just be holding this in my hand, and it's paired to the module that's buried in the dash. So as you can immediately see, this would be cool if there's a software update, or if you've already got it together, or if the install is done and something's not working properly, you can just bang through this. This is the harness. It's going to tell you what harness you need. It's going to give you your options. So if you're retaining the factory navigation, there's nav 1, nav 2. If you're retaining the factory satellite radio, we'll tap yes. we'll just keep going. If you're going to integrate it with a radar detector, you have K40 and Escort radar detectors that will integrate with this particular model radio and give you control on the screen. Click yes. And now it's giving you your steering wheel. I'm sorry, this is your factory configuration. So vehicle information is the top, we want that. Parking assist, gauges, climate control, advanced camera features if available. Secondary vehicle display, factory amplifier. It doesn't have them, so we'll click and turn that off. Steering wheel controls, yes. Select continue. Next should be steering wheel controls. I know, right? Yeah. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. Okay. High five, Vega, what's going on? So now we can set up our steering wheel. So we have left side, seek up. Hold is none. We could just go through here and one of the alright, we'll find volume up. Volume down. This is the one that drives me crazy right here. Volume down. If you press and hold, it hits mute. Everyone hates that. So you just tap on it and you select none, select, and now you've changed it. If everything else looks good, select continue. The reason why it can do that is because you have two functions. So if you want volume up to be volume up, volume down, but let's say you press and hold it and it does something else, you could do that. So that's also cool for you on the RR2. If you want to launch those 4 EXTs, you can program those to do that. So exciting. And then they're always going to give you your basic overview of everything that you've set up and all the pieces that you need and your card, and you select flash. And then you sit back, relax, maybe walk inside, spin around in a circle, and you let it do its thing, and it does its flashing, and it's like so exciting. If we go back to it, look at that, we're at 60%. Ooh,
it's going fast.
And yeah, it's going way faster than it actually does. And then boom,
yeah,
it's done. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, I have personally used this twice. In my car. I've used it once from an iPad, connected to my home Wi-Fi network, which worked way better. And I've used it another time where, because we were supposed to be making a phone call, I had my iPad paired to my phone. And what we found out is that you could do that and it'll work and it will update. But the last 98%, so the last 2%, what it does is it pings that information up to their server so that if you have to call for tech support, they can go, what's your name? You know, and they can look up your flash. So if it fails at the last 2%, it's still on the brain. Because the last thing it does is ping. The first thing it does is move the data over.
Okay.
So if it fails, all the minutia is last. So it won't corrupt the device.
That's
which
pretty
I
cool.
think is pretty damn smart, because some of you guys have been in that panic mode where it's like, don't shut off the car, and then the battery goes dead. And you're like, I don't have another one. So it's actually done before it's done. It's just doing some background crap that isn't important to the actual software.
Like a memory,
for all you guys that are excited about the RR2, this guy right here, it is available. You can buy RR2s right now. You can do their things. But if you want to have them ready for the future, like the 4 EXTs and stuff like that, that is coming, and the app for your phone. It will be Android and iPhone, as well as you can just use your laptop like we did there.
Right.
But super exciting!
That's the breaking news.
We in deep already.
Yeah.
We don't play around, bro. We only got an hour. We gotta get to this stuff.
No kidding.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, wow wow. It just got weird. Simon
Patrick. Hey, guys from Australia, keep the great work and the volume.
Hi, it's Chris Lee. What's going on?
What's up, William?
We got one other piece of information that we need to show off.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna go back to the laptop. For those of you guys that follow us on the 12 Volt Clean Wire Club or our 12 Volt Clean Wire members, you guys know who you are. Every week we pick the photo of the day, photo of the week. So this week, this was the one that Fernando picked. It's all Fernando. I have nothing to do with it.
Blame me.
Bam. There you go.
But that's Matt. Matt right there, he did, dude, that's insane.
Did an incredible job. This is definitely really nice, and this is, look at, you got your sound shield going on here, and then all the wires are neatly zip tied.
So somebody asked why you don't put it in the center console, right? So he actually replied back to the guy, and it's like, hey,
comments.
You know, this is the reason why. That was a Cadillac, so
Yeah,
there you go.
It looks really nice. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you post up your pictures to the Clean Wire Club. Keep them clean, keep them wire. We only want wire, guys.
If it's anything about boxes or fabrication, it's gonna get deleted.
Yeah, it's
That's
totally
how
gonna
it
delete
is,
it.
so.
But for those of you that are new to the page, you don't know what we're talking about, that is the 12-volt Clean Wire Club on Facebook. Oh, who's that guy? Look at that stupid expression. Okay. Anyone can join. Anyone can be part of the club. You can be a voyeur. You can be an active member. It's doing really well. You guys are playing nice with others. We're almost at 6,000 fans. You guys are freaking awesome. Definitely.
Keep it clean, guys.
Yes, definitely keep it clean. And I'm super excited. Fernando is doing a great job. Fernando is also doing a great job editing up on Dean and Fernando's car stereo clips, which I guess you have more clips I gotta grab.
I got more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's trying to do a clip a day. So that's exciting. So if you guys want a clip a day of fun and excitement, or just these little nuggets of truth.
Yeah, I don't want to listen the whole hour. I just want my question. Give me my question. Yeah. That's it.
Do you have a video installing the kicker key amp in a 3rd gen Tacoma? Not in a Tacoma, but obviously we have videos installing the kicker key.
And you almost have the same process.
Yeah, it's about the same. You
just
use a 1761 harness behind the radio.
Yeah.
And bam, you're done. Bob's your uncle.
Does the Acura have the ELS radio? Are you bypassing the factory amplifier?
Sorry, I was reading Vega's comment. I can't claim. Well, you can't. Sorry, you can't post pictures either, Vega, because you use CCA wire. That automatically disqualifies you.
Oh man.
I mean, we can just look at that stuff and go.
No, one of these guys actually grabbed a picture from jail UK and posted, and it's beautiful. I'm like, why not?
Was it CCA wire?
No.
Well, his is CCA wire. He gets disqualified. All right, sorry. Go ahead. Ask me the question.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Does the Acura have the ELS radio?
Yes,
Are you bypassing the amplifier?
Yes, we are. We're actually taking out the ELS radio altogether. If you want to see more, we went on the Instagram, 5 minutes of 5 stars today. Went on the Instagram, so he's getting a Kicker Q class amp. Oh, you got that camera there. Why don't you turn camera 4?
Camera 4 right there.
Here we go. So this is the dash. This is the Metro dash panel that goes in here. The air conditioning switches get relocated over here to the sides. They go here. You lose the whole top screen. Just goes bye-bye, so you have to move the camera down. It's not fun.
Can you bring the other one?
What?
The screen?
Oh, the fact?
Yeah.
Well, this piece?
Yeah. And we're gonna bring that one. I'll bring it.
Is it? Well, I need to paint it again.
No, I know. We just want to show them.
Yeah, so the paint is dry, but like
so this is the screen.
Here, I'll hold it. Oh, yeah. So the idea is we got to get a couple more layers of silver on here. The silver so the Acura logo. The Acura logo is going to be ghosted in there. This whole area here is going to be black. It's not going to be this silver. This is still the tape is still on here. This all needs to just peel off, but that'll be up in the dash where his TV was, because the TV doesn't work anymore.
Cable, so TV's gone.
TV's gone. Oh, did you shut off your camera?
No.
Oh, what happened here? Oh, that was neat. Ooh, spooky.
What do you do, man?
Monsters.
Stop pushing buttons.
Stop pushing the buttons, man.
Yeah. All right. Really? Are you want to do it right now?
No, I just there was one spot I wanted to do before I forgot. Anyways, so that's that. We have more over there. All right, next question.
Oh, that was neat.
What was
actually,
that?
like.
Oh, a transition.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's what that button's for.
Okay, let's do it again.
No, I don't want to. CCA equals garbage. What harness plug are you using for the Acura amp bypass? That is the one thing I could not find. It was a plug to bypass it. I haven't gotten to that point yet. So I'm gonna look tonight to see if there's anything that I missed. I looked through all ours and I didn't find anything that was right.
Yep.
So worst comes to worst.
Are there wiring harness available for a 2020 Tacoma 8-inch non-JBL stereo to install a Kenwood stereo with the RR2?
FTB. Fade to black.
You got it.
Alright, what was...
Okay.
But it's Monday. It's big Monday today. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. It's just Mondays, man. It's just Mondays. Let's just do this. Go here. That's the answer to all your questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You can check all those harnesses in there.
What was the question? Do you know? I don't think the non-JBL Tacomas are different than the earlier models, but I may be wrong.
His question was he wanted a T-harness, a wiring harness available for 2020 Tacoma 8-inch 9JBL stereo to install a Kenwood stereo.
Yeah, it's the same 1761. However, you have a bunch of other stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it has the backup camera and all that, just get your iData.
Yeah, that's why he's going to do RR2.
Yeah, get an RR2. Oh, totally. That any Toyota that needs a smart harness, just get the RR or the RR2. Do yourself a favor. Don't even ask. Don't even stop. Go. Just go to. Go there to maestro.idatalink.com and pick up yourself the RR and the corresponding harness for it. You'll thank yourself a million times over. It's just, don't get me wrong, they all work. Everyone else that's on the pages works. But the harnesses drive me absolutely crazy. Okay, they suck. I don't like them. They know I don't like them. It's okay. It's all right. We've learned to accept certain things, certain inalienable truths in life.
What's that, Jack?
Whereas the RR harness, yeah, so nice.
There you go.
Nice. Okay.
What do you think of using Kenwood KFC X694 in the rear doors of the Ram with a KFC XP6903C up front?
No, they don't fit.
Yeah.
The 694s don't fit. That's the problem.
The magnet is too big. I mean,
way too big. It doesn't fit. Like we've said a bunch of times, get two sets of the 6903s or a set of the 6903s and 6902s. Who cares? Throw away or just set on the shelf the 2-inch or the 3-inch. Put that mid base in the back door. I can't tell you how much better that 6903 mid base sounds over that 694.
Yeah.
Okay, that 694. It is what it is, But
that's what we do.
Those 69 that's what we do, and it sounds incredible. Don't get me wrong. Before those were available, the 694s have been out for a while. We would try to get those things in there. They just don't fit. That tweeter array gets in the way, and they just don't sound as good. Dude, it's a bigger driver, and it just doesn't sound as good. I don't know what it is. I do. But, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but you do. Okay.
Do that or just don't waste your time.
All right. Do you have any suggestions for a shallow mount subwoofer for?
Well, one other thing. If you have to have a tweeter in the back door, I would go with the 7-inch. Go with the 7-inch coaxial.
Okay.
Do the 7-inch coaxial in the back door. If you have to have a tweeter, like, man, I really want a tweeter in the back door, do the 7-inch coaxial back there. That'll fit. That'll be fine. It'll sound good, and you'll have your coaxial. Okay.
Coaxials. All right. Do you have any suggestion for a shallow mount subwoofer? 2500
Ram T1. T1's nice.
Yes.
T1's
you
really
can fit
nice.
those, yeah.
Yeah. Do it.
So,
T1s are good. I mean, basically how it goes, if you're looking at, when we look at like shallow mount woofers, the most popular one that we do is the Kicker Comp RT because it's definitely the most reasonably priced, versatile one of the bunch. It's most people can afford that, and it's going to sound good. It's going to rock out. It's going to jam. If you got more of a bigger budget, obviously it's going to open you up to some new things. Arc Audio makes a really nice shallow mount driver. The T1 is a really nice shallow mount driver. JL Audio has a really nice shallow mount driver. So, and then on the far side of that, you can get in like a Focal Flex shallow mount driver, which is also really nice too. So, yeah, you can definitely get into some really crazy.
All right. How do you turn off the notifications every time you turn on the Pioneer ABH 2550 NEX? I'm talking about
the warning
certifications.
It's never going to happen, guys. Those warning certifications, whether it's Pioneer, Kenwood, Alpine, I don't care whose name is on the box. They're there because lawyers tell them they have to be there. As long as we have lawyers on this planet, you're going to have that stupid warning. The nice thing is it goes away after 7 seconds.
Yeah,
So, I mean, here's a thought. You know how you get rid of it? This is the simplest solution.
Huh.
Okay, you always have to wherever you park, you always
Mhm.
have to back out. You had a backup camera, and it takes you at least 6 to 7 seconds to back out of your garage
Mhm.
or your driveway or your parking space.
Okay.
You'll never see the warning because you get into the car, you start it up, you put it in reverse. That warning will automatically go away, replaced by a backup image.
But some people are like, okay, gotta
Well, if they're doing all that crap, then it's gone anyways. But what I'm saying is if you don't want to see it, put a backup camera in and always back out.
7 seconds is not that.
7 seconds is forever. Oh my God, it's like the end of the world, especially in video land. Oh my gosh, if you guys have
That's
to
different.
sitting through 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Perish.
But I mean, it's no way you can get rid of it.
Do you have suggestions for the best place? Ah, man, it was sitting there.
This place to look for an empty harness for the 2019-2020 Nissan Altima Bose system. It looks like the 3-plug total. Yes.
MetroOnline.com. That is the third one there, MetroOnline.com.
Yep.
If anybody is going to have that, it's going to be MetroOnline.com through the Access line. Because what they make is they make DSP harnesses.
The Access T harness. Yeah.
And it's a T harness. And you can use it with, it's just a T harness. We have plenty of videos where we show you how to take their T harness and use it for anything. That's what we use all the time, and that's what you should use too. So real quick, just so in case you missed it, it's MetroOnline.com. Check to see if they have it. They're the only ones that are going to have it. So if they don't have it,
I'm pretty sure they will have it.
Now, the other thing you can look for too is that when you're on Metro's page, if they don't have a T harness, they also carry what's called a 70 dot model number and a 71 dot model number. The 70 is when you're replacing the factory radio, it plugs into the factory harness. The 71 is what plugs into the back of the factory radio. Sometimes you can buy, and there again, you don't need all 3 harnesses, you just need the harnesses that have the speaker wires on them. That's it, that's all you need. So sometimes you can buy a 70 and a 71 and make your own T harness.
Find out if the Kenwood 10-inch if have 5-volt or optical out.
It has 5-volt. It does not have optical. It does have 5-volt output.
It has HDMI.
It does have HDMI, so it will have HDMI if that's still a thing that we worry about. It does not have optical. You know, the thing is even though we all love optical and we're all super cool and we all want it on everything, these guys have had, Kenwood specifically has had optical on the back of their radios. They had it for years and no one used it. And the Japanese companies, when they do something and no one uses it, they take it away. And then as soon as they take it away, we want it back. And then they go, no one used it, you're not getting it back. And then we go, but we really want it. And then we ask for it, we ask for it, we ask for it.
Well, now you gotta pay double.
Yeah, but so now they put it, the HDMI came back on that radio, which means I'm assuming probably next year and the year after you'll start to see it back in on some of the other models. But there again, we've been asking for the Toshlink output, and I don't know if we're gonna get that one as much as we want it and as much as we just please, because there again, you guys know what a Toshlink is and how it could benefit you, but if you're not going to a really high-end DAC or a DSP with a high-end DAC in it, are you gonna use it? I mean, I don't know. So, and are you willing to spend the cost?
All right.
But it does have 5-volt.
What do you think of putting woofers or mid-bass under the seats?
Well, I mean, every BMW,
much?
Mercedes-Benz comes that way from the factory. They have a 7 to 8 or 10-inch driver underneath their front seats.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's probably a good idea. If you buy like a 3 Series, any BMW, there's a subwoofer up underneath the seat. It's usually anywhere between an 8 and a 7-inch driver. That's the mid-bass / woofer, and then you have like a 4-inch and a tweeter in the door, and that's their 3-way set right there. Mercedes had that for years too, and I think Mercedes finally has moved the subwoofer up into the firewall now. Go guys, go.
How can you make rear deck speakers sound better? My Alpine Type S sound hollow because they are nothing behind the speaker.
That's probably not the reason why they sound crappy. It's a free air driver, which means it's made to play in a big airspace. most of the time when you put a speaker in the rear deck and it's an infinite baffle like that, and it's, it sounds really good. As long as the seats are folded up and the front wave and the back wave are isolated from themselves, you get a good sound. If the seat is folded down and the speaker's up there, well, you don't get a good sound because now you have both and you get cancellation. It sounds like crap. The real problem, if I was to guess, and I'm not typically a guessing man, would be the choice in speakers.
Mm-hmm.
That would be where I might start.
Definitely.
R-Type all the way, and I'll just go with that. Okay.
All right. I was looking for something like this.
You keep looking. For those of you that just came in late to the show and might have missed out on the fun that we showed earlier, since we were talking about it, this is the new Kenwood 10-inch in the wild in an F-150. So for all you guys that are super excited about this radio, here's one in the wild, and you can see it has an RR hooked up to it, or an RR2 hooked up to it, because you got that cool tire pressure and air conditioning fan. So this is the GUI going on. Looks really cool. What do you got for me?
All right. I got some Hertz DG series subs. Thoughts? How long does it take to break them?
Those shouldn't take that long to break in at all. Those will break in pretty quick. Probably within the first hour, if I was to guess. They're efficient. They don't need a ton of power. They have a good sound to them. As long as you play them the way in their little box as far as what they're capable of doing, you should be very happy with them.
What's up, David from Plant City and Mario from Sydney, Australia? Are you guys?
Hold on, before you answer, one of the things that I'm going to piggyback on that one real quick. One of the things that I've found is that, like, Hertz makes a wide variety of speakers. So, like, you have the DGs, the Millis, the Milli Legends, Centos, and they have subwoofers that go along with those. One of the things that an Alpine has SRX, Kicker has L7s, they have, so everyone, Rockford, P1, P2, P3s, T1s, T2s. So all these manufacturers have all these different subwoofers, and one of the things that I've seen people doing, not this guy in particular, just in general, is someone will buy like a set of Rockford subwoofers or a set of these exotic subwoofers, and because it's an exotic subwoofer, they'll think that a DG, again, not you, just in general. I'm generalizing here. Like a DG is going to play at the same performance level as a Milli Legend,
right?
The bigger brother of it, and because we've had people come in and they're like, dude, I totally rocked this woofer, just smoked. And you're like, well, how did you smoke it? Well, I mean, it's this. Yeah. It's like, yeah, but it's also the first version that they make in a woofer.
So I'm going to say this. Like, for example, a lot of people buy the Kicker Comp Arts, right? The red line. And they take more power handling than the yellow ones.
Yeah.
So, but people buy the yellow ones because they're more affordable.
Yeah, and then they
just blew it up.
They
and
just
like,
go
dude,
crazy.
man, I just bought it. I'm like, yeah, man.
Okay, I didn't mean Rockford to be exotic. I was just generalizing, like, if you look like a Focal or, the exotic brands. Yes, not the American brands.
Well, dude, if you buy that big subwoofer, that's very exotic.
That's very exotic.
All right.
Buy Sundown all the way. Okay. Okay. Anyways, go ahead.
Sometimes optical sucks because you can use the radio volume control. You have to use the DSP's volume control on its controller.
What was that?
Sometimes optical sucks because
yes,
you can use the radio volume control. You have to use the DSP volume control. Yeah.
Correct. So one of the other side effects of optical that often gets overlooked is whether the optical output is controlled from the volume or whether it's a fixed output. The other thing too is that optical is a left and a right only. So in a situation like we always talk about, if you're going to do like a Zen A to B and it has the optical output, you're going to lose the sensors in their positions. So like
there you go, Bill.
T3 all the way. So you're going to lose that. So you have to decide what's more important. But on the Zen A to B, the volume control is active, so it will control the output of the Toshlink output, just like a Halo or a High 10 also have volume controlled optical. One of the companies that doesn't is Alpine. So Alpine still has optical available on some of their head units, But this don't do nothing.
Victor.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I have a buzz in one of my Twitter.
I have a buzz in one of my tweeters.
Yeah, come and goes when the sound is off. Any suggestions?
It's probably not the tweeter. It's probably just a result of whatever the noise is coming from. First off, I would find out where the tweeter is coming from. First off, you want to find out where that sound is coming from. Meaning, is it just that tweeter?
And this is how you test it.
You're going to want to take your amplifier outputs for whatever's connected to the tweeter and switch them. So put left on right, right on left, and see if the sound goes from this side to this side. You're going to change the speaker wires first, then you're going to change the RCAs, and so you need to figure out where it's going. If it moves, then you know it's not that speaker, it's something feeding the amplifier. So you want to figure out where it's at in the chain of events. If it stays, then you know there is something wrong with that between the amplifier and the tweeter. I'm not going to say that tweeter because it's not necessarily the tweeter. It could be there's a slight ground somewhere. It could be there's a ground in the tweeter that's touching metal. So there's a lot of things it can be, but you want to start switching left and right.
All right. Somebody asked, what is a good kicker amplifier to push 212 CVR red stitching they can be exact power?
Yeah, the 801.
I have
801.
I have this.
801.
This beast right here.
Yeah, so Kicker makes the KX 800.1, and they make a CS 800.1 too. If you want it to be,
stay with the red stitching.
If you want to stay with red, obviously go this way.
Yeah.
The one thing that the red obviously has over the yellow is that these are better amplifiers. There's no question about it. They're better designs. They're better components. More expensive parts. There's always good parts and bad parts. We've all bought tires for our car before and said, I want the big expensive ones, and gone, oh no, I'll take the buy 3 get 1 free.
Yep.
One other thing that this has that a CS amplifier isn't going to have, one other thing, just one, is a bass knob right here that is wireless. It's a wireless bass knob that you just mount wherever you want. And what that bass knob does is it just doesn't control the subwoofer. It controls the, what do they call it? Aftershock?
Aftershock.
Aftershock. And it's the harmonic restoration device that's built into your Kicker amplifier. It's one thing though, because it's just a bass knob. But it's not just a bass knob.
Yeah.
It's like an Epicenter. Harmonic restoration. That's why we keep referring to that, so that we don't have to say the other word, because we love those guys too. So anyways, there you go. Dean troubleshooting methods are foolproof. Helped me solve a bad RCA last week on an install instead of sending back the amp. It's 30 years, bro.
Alright, find one.
I know, you're trying to find something?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Right here.
When installing a radio, don't you just put the P-Connect wire with the remote wire for better antenna signal? No.
The power connection?
No.
I mean, like...
So, yes and no.
Yeah.
Here's what we're talking about. On a harness...
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
I got a harness over there.
I know.
Is there an antenna adapter there too? Is that?
But it has this. Yeah.
Well, no. This is the stinger. This is the steering wheel control wire.
Well, let's pretend.
I got one. Right. No, we don't need to pretend. I got one here.
Sebastian said, "Let's pretend."
I got this one here for this.
Let's just pretend.
I don't like pretending.
Let's pretend.
I like the real thing. I want to feel it.
No, that's fake.
This amplifier is getting all over me. Put it down by my feet. Okay, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Okay, switch to camera 4. Here we go.
Camera 4 is coming.
All right, here we go. So this is an antenna adapter for this particular Honda that we're working on. You see this blue wire here? This is going to turn on the amplified antenna. And what I mean by amplified antenna is that because the antenna is mounted in the window, there's a small box on there, a booster of sorts, you would say, that needs to see 12 volts in order to get better sound. Now, sometimes this blue wire is in the main wiring harness. So, for example, as Fernando would like to pretend, let's say there's a blue wire right here, and this needs to get power. When you go to power that up, I don't particularly like to use, if, for example, this is a Kenwood radio.
Yeah.
This Kenwood radio has a blue and a blue with a white stripe. The blue is for amplified antennas. If you'll notice, this wire is straight blue. It does not have any stripage on it whatsoever. That denotes an antenna. So if you have a radio that has a harness that has a blue wire output, yes, you can hook this up to it and it will turn this on when the radio turns on, and it'll turn that on and you'll get better FM reception. However, if it's a blue with a white stripe only, such as, let's say, Pioneer only has blue with a white stripe.
Yep.
This draws some amperage that might not work well with a remote turn on. It might be too much. So what I do with blue wires, if I don't have a blue wire output, is I will connect them up to the red wire in the harness. So go back to camera 4. I will take these two wires like this, and I will put the red and blues together, and I will then use the accessory in the car.
Let me see a little bit more
Yeah.
so they can see it.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there. I'll twist those two together, and then I'll take and I'll connect all. So this is the red wire coming out of the car. The accessory that turns on and off of the car is now going to feed my antenna. So the reason why we do that is because if we need more amperage, then the radio is going to put out over that remote turn on, which it probably will. Especially if you're dealing like Toyota. Oh, you want to see something neat.
All right.
You can actually get noise. Go into number 4. Number 4.
Right there, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that sticker. Are you kidding me?
26.
26.2, four poops.
Wow.
Backstory on that, for those who don't know, I ran a marathon, and during that marathon I had to stop 4 times to vacate my bowels, as it were.
To get more lighter?
To make mud.
So see if you can run faster?
Johnny made me a commemorative sticker for that. It was very nice of him. And I have not ran a marathon. I've run plenty half marathons since then.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year. See, right now it's really hard to run. I run every day when I can. But running marathon right now would be death. Because it's just so bad to run when humidity is over 80%. Yeah. So I typically right now stick to anywhere between 3.5 to 5.5 miles a day, because it's doable. I'm waiting for this humidity to go away, wintertime.
Never gonna happen.
Because I got to beat my record. What was it? Last year I did 4 half marathons in a week.
Yeah, I think so.
So it was 4 half marathons in 1 week. So I came home from work, ran a half marathon, went to work, came home, half marathon, skipped a day, ran like 5 miles or something like that. Then
you need to start
marathon.
counting is how many times you stop and just
Who stops?
go and take a crap.
Well, no. So now I've worked it into my loop. So now I go and I'll do a pre-run for about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and I'll stop. I'll get rid of it, and then I'll continue on. Because nothing is worse, and let me tell you right now, nothing is worse than being 2 miles away from your house and your stomach's going, "Hey man, the lower intestines below me, they want to talk to you." If you're by a hole or something like that, if you see a convenient place, can we pull over? Doesn't work out.
All right.
It's very messy, and you come home with no socks.
Very bad segue.
Dean,
anyway,
are you anti-treadmill? I freaking hate treadmills. Hate them. Oh my god.
Really?
Oh, it's mind-numbing. It's mind-numbing. I will run around in a circle and pavement any day before I can do a treadmill. I can't do a treadmill. It's just
straight.
Yeah.
Boring. All right.
Never heard of it. Can't lose my
What?
girlish figure. Running. Never heard of it.
Nope. I got some legs, man. I can do that. Who makes a downfire box for an L7T shallow?
MTI Acoustics.
Yeah.
MTI, Mobile Toys, the guys that were pimping them all last week and the week before. This whole last month, they were the sponsor of the show, MTI Acoustics. They're a kicker dealer. They'll make anything you want. If you want downfiring, if you want upfiring, you can check out Frostbite.
Yeah.
Frostbite makes those boxes as well, and they are upfiring. They might make I think he does make a pretty downfiring enclosure too.
Yeah,
so Frostbite enclosures or MTI Acoustics. Pardon me. I can still fit under a dash, so I'm good. That was the one funny thing when I was watching Anthony's Car Stereo Life and they were working on a boat. You know, the owner was like, they're gonna have to crawl into a little cubby, and Anthony goes, "I'm not going in there."
Just take the camera.
Yeah, he stuck the GoPro in there.
That's awesome. What's the best way to make to go?
I don't know.
With a Wi-Fi dongle, with an HDMI to mirror my phone, and able to watch everything like Netflix and Disney Plus for a Kenwood or Android Samsung device.
Dude, man. So the thing is, you got to keep in mind is a lot of those things like Netflix and Disney Plus have canceled that ability to stream onto a Wi-Fi device. They need authentication, so you have to find a device that does the authentication, as opposed to like what we used to use, which I don't even remember what it was. So that's really where you run into the problem, is that two-part authentication.
I mean, some phones, they are able to do that.
Yeah, some radios will do it. Some of the Kenwood higher-end radios have screen mirroring built into them, but they still won't mirror like Netflix and Disney Plus. So
I think the best way is you test it in your TV.
Well, yeah, but the TV is going to work because it has the authentication chip in it.
Right.
But the problem is, and this is the problem, okay?
Problem.
Your screen is 480. Your phone is above 1080. So you have to down-res that sucker. And you want to talk about choppy, crappy-looking stuff. Ugh, it looks like poo.
Buy some iPads.
Buy some iPads. Just give them to the kids, throw them in the back seat, let them do their thing.
All right. Ooh.
Ooh? Ooh.
I have a 2015 Tacoma, and I want to keep my OEM stereo. I bought the Metro harness that goes into the stereo, and the ones that goes in the vehicle.
Yeah.
I want to install an audio control D4.800. Oh, what happened?
No, it's there.
No. This one disappeared.
Oh, you got an Amber Alert.
Amber Alert. I'm like, what?
Somebody's having a bad day. I got everything wired, but I got an issue with the orange wire dimmer. I put together both ends, orange with white stripe, and grounded with the two black from each end. But the problem is it doesn't dim. The stereo lights, they are on, but it doesn't dim. Wait a minute, why would we ground anything? And ground it with two black ends from each end. So when you're making a T-harness...
Okay, but what are you using the dim?
Well, the dimmer... Well, no, the factory radio has dimmer control. So orange and orange... So remember, orange and orange-white, one is dimmer, one is illumination.
One is illumination.
So you have to have both in the harness in order to make those go up and down. I can tell you right now, if he's got a 1761 harness, which is the Toyota harness, and a 70, so you got a 70 1761 and a 71 1761. The wires are not all there on the 70 1761. You have to buy two of those in order to make a complete harness.
So you repin.
Yeah, you have to add in that. So it sounds weird what you got going on, but you may not have enough wires there in order to make it work. What I would recommend doing is that you'd either have to buy more harnesses to pin them in, or just go and get the Metra Access T harness for the DSP for that, and then all that is taken care of. All the wires are where they're supposed to be, and it will work fine.
But I think that's what he got.
No, he's got
the Metra harness.
He's got the Metra harnesses. He's got the 70 and the 71. He doesn't have the DSP harness. So I would just get the DSP harness, because then that's where the problem is. If they make the DSP harness, you buy that because all the wires are there. If you have to buy a 70 and a 71, 9 times out of 10 the 70 is incomplete. They come like this harness that has all these open holes.
Yeah.
But the 71,
let me show you.
So like a 70 will have open holes like this, because this is a 70. It'll have these open holes over here that don't, but a 71 will have all these holes. Yeah. So you have to buy two of these to make a complete set.
Complete harness.
Yeah, that's why we've just switched the DSP harnesses. Super easy. iPad Retina displays, there you go. Yeah, then you get to keep the cool thing. I love your vids, and we love you for loving them. Hey guys, hey Mike, what's going on?
What's up?
Is there a cheap idiot light that I can add to my system to detect coupling or distortion, or do I need to buy a new amp with that feature? I mean, if you want to monitor it 24/7, then you're going to want to get an amp that has a clip light on it. If you just want to monitor it, like, I'm guessing you want to monitor it 24/7. No, there is no cheap add-on light that you can add to it to do that, unless you bought like a DD1 and just left it in the dash, which no one would ever do. So yeah, you'd probably want to buy an amp that has a clip light built into it. Some of the Rockfords, I know the clip light is on the bass knob, which to me drives me nuts because I don't need some light doing this. But the idea is to not have it clip, you know, set it upright and then just realize that it's okay and you go from there. But you know, oscilloscope, you can get pretty cheap to do that. Set it up and then you're just gonna be good.
Vega.
Bye, Vega. Do you have any recommendations for head units with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and CarPlay, $600 to $800 price point, mechless, or not? Yeah, actually, check out the new. This is wireless, right? Did we decide this was wireless?
That's wireless.
Wireless mirroring. So this is Wi-Fi. So this is for Android. So this will do that wireless mirroring we were talking about. But yeah, this is Android, Apple CarPlay. This is the DMX 907S mechless radio. That should be right in that price point you're looking for.
All right, let's
dude, Chris just got a new iPad Pro.
What?
Yeah, I just bought a new iPad Pro 2.9 inch, and it's not compatible with REW. It sucks.
That sucks. Yeah, it totally sucks, man.
What do you got?
I got this one. Hang on. This one. Do you guys know
No.
of a pigtail connector to use for speaker level input to my AC DS810 from my factory DSP in the trunk 2014 Ford Fusion 8-inch screen, but non-Sony system. It was a factory upgrade option, but apparently instead of an amplifier after the ACM, Ford uses a factory DSP.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Non-Sony?
Non-Sony. Yeah. Off the top of my head, no.
Not a pigtail like that, no.
No. You know,
I mean, you can check like Metra
there's places.
Bag outline. That's,
you know,
just,
that's all we got.
and yeah, basically that's what we do.
That's what we do. I mean,
we have a car.
Pictures of the harnesses. We match up the harnesses like this. We were trying to find a harness to integrate into this factory dash or the factory amplifier. We're probably not going to have one because I went and looked and I checked all the stuff we have. I'll look again tonight. If I can't find one, then
it's what it is. Nothing you can do.
But you know, it's the name of the game, man. Wireless mirroring only works on Android. Correct. That is correct. Wireless mirroring, and that's why it says on the box Android only. There is a new feature that some of the XR Kenwoods are doing, where they actually the new Pioneers will do mirroring from your iPhone. They have a really cool way how they do it too. So the like their big 10-inch, and I know some of the Kenwoods also have that too. It's actually done through a web browser. It's pretty neat. So you can do like YouTube. I don't think we tried. So it has to be an app. So like you can get 4 websites up. So as long as the website is compatible, it will open it. So you can do YouTube. We tested YouTube, and I think that was it because we didn't log into like Disney Plus or anything like that. So I don't know. Yeah, it was fun. I know, no one wants to hack it up. The other thing too is, like I said, take a picture of the plugs and compare them to. So if you go on to MetroOnline.com, hold on, wait a minute. If you go on to MetroOnline.com, right here where it says catalogs, if you click on the catalogs, you can download their catalogs right here, and those catalogs all have pictures of the harnesses. So if you have a picture of what your harness looks like, it might take some time and it can be tedious, don't get me wrong, but all of them are there. So most of these harnesses are multi-purpose. Like if you watch the video we did last week on the Honda,
Yeah.
We used a GM harness in a Honda.
Yeah.
And that's what works. So these are all there. So if you have a picture of what it looks like,
Yeah.
oh, you hit a button.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Then you're good. That's all right. We got what we were looking for. So these are there. That's what we do. You know the secret now. You're in on the joke.
Don't give up the secret.
What's a good upgrade for speakers on my wife's 2018 camera to run off factory head unit? Have a kicker key lock on the sub. You're gonna want something that's efficient. If you like kicker, check out the CS, man. The CS will work great off that factory radio. It'll sound wonderful. But bandpass my rear coaxial flax forward. Okay, 650 in my truck, and I put some input gain in the tweak. 88 seems I got rid of what I thought was distortion. You think maybe not having any gain going to the rears and having them -7, not sending them enough voltage is making them sound minutely staticky when volume is up. Maybe. It's kind of weird. That's a weird one, man. I don't know. They never listen to the rear speakers that intently. You got me, Chris. I don't pay attention to the rear speakers. I know, it sucks. I mean, that was bad when we let that one go. And he's like, my rear speakers aren't playing. And I was like, crap, I forgot to turn it back on. Because I was turning them on and off. And then the software, and I was using a Windows machine. And, you know, if you keep doing this on Windows machine, it just builds up that log, and it keeps going on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, even though you stop pressing the button. And it just so happened to, even though it said on, it just stopped on and off when I unplugged it. I was like, damn it.
Do you read this one?
No need to answer this, but the trouble I have is with different sources, I get different levels of audio. So my radio is lower than my Sirius XM. I lower than my Amazon Music, MP3s. It's all over the place, hence why I need a clip light to adjust as needed. So, the question would be, what kind of radio do you have, Jeremy? Jeremy. Most radios, aftermarket radios, have source level control, meaning you can go in and you can adjust each level, especially like Kenwood does a really good job of it. Kenwood's the only one I know. You can adjust the FM attenuation, so you can turn the FM. So Pioneer uses FM as your main source, and then you can turn up and down all your auxiliary sources to match FM. Audio level adjust, I think something it's called, something like that, or ALS or something like that, ALC. Source level adjust. Anyways, a lot of the aftermarket radio manufacturers have this, so you can go in and you can turn everything up to match. So that would solve your problem more so than the light that you're referring to. But that's the feature you want. Kenwood allows you to adjust everything. So you can adjust FM, you can adjust Sirius XM. It's just this long list, and you can go in. It's plus or minus 6 on all of them. I recommend the minus side personally, but there again, you just figure out what your loudest source is and make sure you bring everything up to that, and then you can go from there. Do you see comments? We see all the comments. They just fly by. Hence why I'm reading your comment. I'm thinking of using an audio control Epicenter. What do you think? I like them. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I think you should get one. Everyone should have an Epicenter. I'm a big fan, especially if you listen to, like me, classic rock. Epicenter, just, ooh, man, good stuff. Real quick, guys. Dean and Fernando's Tool Drawer, or dnftooldrawer.com, is a place you can go to find all the cool tools that we use in our installation, and of course all the cool cameras that we use. So for those of you guys that want to know how we film our show, we use all this cool stuff to do it. It's all there for you to have access to. Also, if you want to get a cool shirt, like, I don't know, vote for Fernando. It's here somewhere. Where's it at? Probably past it. But anyways, there's all the shirts you can pick up and order, support the show. You get the cool, this one here. Or do you even zip tie, bro, is one of my personal favorites. Do I zip tie? I don't even know how to zip tie. I don't even know what zip ties are used for. We're on Patreon if you want to support us there. Clean Wire Club.
Yep. Teesprings.
Spend more than $50 on an LOC. That's all I got to say. But if you have to, pack, just get a pack. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's it. That's Monday. That's Monday in a nutshell. Make sure, if you follow us, if you have questions and we don't get to your answers, obviously there's way too many of you on here for us to answer all your questions. But if you have questions that you want us to answer, another place to find us daily is on Instagram. We're on 5-Star Car Stereo on Instagram, the number 5-Star Car Stereo. You can find us there. We do a daily show, 5 minutes with 5-Star. You just have to pay attention, turn on your notifications. We go live, we talk about what we're working on, and then if we have time, we answer a bunch of questions. It's a lot of fun. That's a great way to do it. Or if you like the show format, we're also on YouTube. Saturdays at 6 o'clock, you can find us there every Saturday at 6 o'clock. You can ask us questions there. We also talk about fun things. Last week we talked about the Helix DSP Mini for about a half hour. Took you through the software, showed you some of the cool things it can do.
Yeah.
We do fun stuff like that. And of course, show and tell is always fun. We try to do as much show and tell as possible. Now that we have the camera angle for Fernando cam number 4.
Right here.
This guy right here.
Ooh.
We can have lots of fun with that, and of course the laptop. And just hit the buttons, and it's just cool, and it's a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It's Monday. Man.
See you guys tomorrow.
This world is fun. What's a good amp for
yet?
an Alpine R-Type 10 wired at 2 ohm? 2 ohm
an amplifier that is going to be able
Good
to
2
take
ohm.
2 ohm. Yeah.
I don't know. Off the top of my head. Some of the Rockfords, some of the Kickers, Alpine amps.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there are plenty of mono amplifiers out there that
They
will
can
do
take it.
You'll have to do some research. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful week. We'll see you again on Saturday or tomorrow.
Bye.
Stop the show.